Greetings, class. My name is Jenna Ellison Wright, and I'm coming at you from the phenomenal city of Baltimore, Maryland, where my husband and I have been given the opportunity to be a part of a church planting team here in the city of Baltimore. I will first want to say that it has just been my joy to walk alongside of you all from afar, and I personally have grown in my affections for the gospel. Um, because of your wisdom and insights that you shared with the class this semester. So thank you for that. Um, I just want to say, and obviously I'm here to talk about my ethnographic interview, and I just kind of want to highlight that what a joy this experience was for me, but also how humbling this experience was for me. This experience was incredibly joyful in the fact that I got to sit down with a young woman by the name of Warda, who is a devout Muslim and originally from Pakistan, but is now an American citizen. And she's married to an American man who's also Muslim and training to be an imam. So he's in the basically the Muslim form of seminary, um, and uh, and it was a joy to speak with her because I've never actually spoken one on one with someone that had such a clear handling of their faith in terms of Islam. Um, Secondly, it was humbling because in my listening back to the recording of the interview, I realized how easy it is for me to resort to ethnocentrism and viewing my culture as superior to another. And that was just really kind of earth shattering and humbling to consider that. And I just felt the need to share that with you guys as a class. I think my two major takeaways that I learned about Pakistan in this interview. Of course, it's an Islamic republic, therefore, Islam is at the forefront of everything that Pakistan does. It's pervasive to every area of life. And in our syllabus, we had the ideas of family, social, economic, and political structures. So ultimately, the tenets of Islam are of utmost importance. And my friend Warda even said that it is the only meaning that kind of determines the trajectory of her life, the level to which she is devout to her faith. Uh, Determines the worth and the satisfaction that she has in this life, even in spite of admitting some of the things that she did about Islam, knowing that there's no central authority, knowing that uh, Allah is kind of vindictive and ultimately He is God, He is wholly other, unapproachable, and she is His minion, just a minute creation in light of who He is. Um, and just this very deistic view of who God is. So it was a good conversation to walk through those things and see how that applied to Pakistan in general. Um, Secondly, though, we talked a lot about family structure. We spent probably more time talking about family structure than any other section. And, we discussed the normal things, patriarchal society, polygamy, and arranged marriage, dowries, the traditional roles of men and women, the men being the providers of families, the women being pretty much just reserved for rearing children and being at home. That would be the traditional kind of views of Pakistan, but I have always assumed that that just came from the pervasive nature of Islam. But my friend Warda actually pointed out that actually a lot of those kind of views and things that established the culture in family structure actually is bleeding out of the influence of Hinduism in the region, because innately uh, innately, Pakistan used to be a part of India, and therefore there is a historical impulse there, a kind of bleeding of lines of cultures, if you will, a syncretism almost, in between the two. Throughout the interview, were to just emphasize that ultimately there can be a bifurcation of culture and religion, but a good Muslim does not do that. A good Muslim would not consider that to be true, that ultimately their faith is the orientation from which the rest of their life flows from. Her devotion to God is how her life is to be defined. Um, and man, I just found this experience just to be, again, incredibly enlightening and humbling. And I am grateful to share it with you guys. I would love it if you have any other questions regarding where my interview went, and kind of some of the answers to other questions that were included in the syllabus. But for the sake of time, I'll keep this brief. Thanks again for this semester, and I appreciate you guys.